One of these women tried to save her people without losing her soul. The other saved her people by destroying hers. Only one of them survived. Power is not a tool we wield. It is a climate we inhabit. For those who lead,
I am not a leader, Jaha. I'm a fighter. Warrior.
the air eventually thins until the lungs can no longer support the weight of a soul. In the vacuum of survival, the human heart becomes a liability, a friction point in an engine that demands total efficiency. We love to watch Lexa because she represents the desperate hope of the reformer. The idea that even in a world of blood,
Juice drain, juice down.
we can choose peace. But we respect Blodreina because she is the logical conclusion. She didn't break under the pressure of the bunker. She was rebuilt by it. Most fans see the tragedy of the 100 as a series of lost lives. But the real structural horror is that Lexa died trying to make a machine feel, while Octavia lived by becoming the machine itself. Today, we are performing a structural autopsy on the Commander and the Red Queen. One sought to save the humanity of her people by risking her life. The other saved the life of her people by destroying her humanity. Lexa was born into a weapon she never chose to hold. She was born into a system of ancient design, the Flame, a collective memory that demanded perpetual war. Jus drain, jus dawn. Blood must have blood. This wasn't just a law. It was an operating system designed to ensure survival through vengeance. But Lexa's transformation was quiet and internal. Her monstrosity was her refusal to be what the system demanded. Every time she chose mercy,
Our people act as if war is easier than peace. If that's so, should we not try and achieve the more difficult goal?
it was a system error. She didn't change because she was weak. She changed because she met a mirror in Clark Griffin. For the first time, the commander saw a version of the world where the human cost actually mattered.
Then let it be known. Blood must not have blood.
Here is the hidden truth. Lexa's struggle was the attempt to introduce empathy into a totalitarian framework. She tried to reprogram a culture of warriors into a culture of citizens. But systems have a way of correcting anomalies. The Flame required a sword, not a diplomat. Lexa's humanity was her evolution, but to the system, it was her defect. She died because she tried to be a person in a world that only had room for a position.
Let us sit down. May our spirit choose wisely.
Blodreina was engineered by desperation. If Lexa tried to fight the machine, Octavia became its central processor. The transition to Blodreina is a study in biological totalitarianism. In the darkness of the Second Dawn bunker, Octavia realized a terrifying truth.
Kane, give us another solution. There is no other solution.
Humanity is a luxury the calories cannot afford. She didn't choose tyranny because she enjoyed it. She chose it because she was the only one willing to do the math.
Eat or die.
No, stop, Shelly! Enough! Enough!
I'll eat.
When Octavia instituted the arena, she wasn't seeking bloodlust. She was seeking population control.
Blodreina! What is our champion's fate?
When she enforced the Dark Year, she wasn't being cruel. She was performing system maintenance on a starving population. And in that moment, something broke that calories could never fix. When survival required ritualized cruelty, the system stopped protecting life. It started feeding on it. Gus Fring used a box cutter to maintain his empire. Octavia used a sword to maintain a species. A machine doesn't feel guilt for deleting a corrupted file, And Blodreina didn't feel guilt for the lives she ended, because Octavia no longer existed. There was only the Red Queen, a hollowed-out structure built to survive the dark. I want to challenge you in the comments. Who is more terrifying? The leader who tries to change the rules and fails, Lexa, or the leader who follows the rules of survival to their most horrific, logical end, Octavia? This is the truth every system eventually reveals. A designed monster like Blodreina assumes that the end always justifies the means. Octavia treated her people like variables in an equation of survival. She thought she could control them through fear and shared sin. But Lexa knew what Octavia forgot. A system that saves the body but destroys the soul is already dead. The heart, Lexa lost because she was too far ahead of her time. The machine, Octavia, lost because she was too far ahead of her own humanity. Octavia burned the hydro farm, not because she was crazy, but because the machine only knows the objective. It cannot pivot back to peace. Octavia saved the human race, but she made them wish they hadn't been saved. Lexa failed to save her people from war, but she gave them a vision of a world worth living in. In the end, Lexa's legacy was a dream deferred. Octavia's legacy was a nightmare realized. We fear the machine, the Blodreinas of the world, because we think they are unstoppable. But we should mourn the heart, the Lexas, because they prove how fragile our humanity truly is when the system starts to grind. Systems can be rebuilt, sacrifice can't be undone. One woman was a bridge, the other was a wall, and history buried them both.